turn to pick.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Star Series Season 13, the Star Ladder / iLeague production. $300,000 of prize money is on the line, and this is Virtus.pro going against Na'Vi. I'm KotLGuy from Beyond the Summit, going to be joined again from Clairvoyance, and I think I've cleared it up a little bit. Sorry again about the confusion on where we stand here. The guy put the teams on the left side in conjunction with where they're placed, so it kind of threw me off a little bit. But I can tell you that pretty much for either of these teams, it's obviously the difference between second and third place. Whatever team manages to walk away from this series with 2 wins will secure that second place spot. And that means that they will avoid the third and fourth place limit where they will be going into the last chance bracket where only 1 team will come out between 4. So it'd be a lot better to secure your trip to the LAN final now than going through that last chance bracket. So very important matchup here. Here we are again, Clairvoyance, and look at the start of this draft here. Virtus.pro pulling out the first phase Broodmother grab. And a Darkseer is still out there. Interesting.
Yeah, but you know what? After DK Phobos played that monstrous Broodmother against OG last night, they can play this hero against anything, I feel, man. They played it so well.
We really did. It's similar to like what we saw from Vega at ESL New York. It's kind of like we just know that we have the capable hands of this Brood player where it doesn't matter who you got. They're going to be able to do their job. And in some cases where it's an extreme, like some teams will pull out an extreme counter and they just simply try to shift the lane. They'll be like, well, we'll just put Broodmother mid. And then that just really throws the other team off. And we'll see what kind of mind games it's going to be playing here against Na'Vi because they need this win to stay alive and not have to go through that pesky lower playoff bracket. So here they are banning out the Doom and the Queen of Pain. They rid of the pesky little Visage, something you always got to give at least a little bit of respect to. And now I'm curious to see Tusk still out there and available. We could always put the Tusk Undying together, but you know, you got to start thinking about this Brood a little bit. Yeah, you got raises from Shadow Fiend to help you out, but do you go as far as to get something like an Axe? A guy has a name like Axmo, he's got to be playing a decent Axe, I hope, right? Maybe? Or a Darkseer? Something, you know?
10 seconds remaining.
Almost certainly. I think picking up a lane counter to Broodmother, such as a Darkseer, is actually a good option. Axe was definitely a possibility, but Darkseer just synergizes better with Shadow Fiend as well. And I think with Undying walking around the map, you can probably do a lot more things with Darkseer. Yeah. Since Undying is not exactly a Spirit Breaker, but can function similarly in a sense that he can just run at you and not really care about what you have. It's a nice pickup on the Darkseer.
Yeah, you know, he's got the nice benefit just in case necessary. A long range team can have a pretty damn big AoE, could help cancel it a bit. So that, you know, it's nice. It also relieves Shadow Fiend and Undying. I mean, we got 3 mech candidates as it is right now. I wonder if Na'Vi just consider building on top of this and getting the, you know, the classic come together and let's just push down objective kind of a lineup here and not look to press things too late for someone like Ditya Ra. But we just know Ditya Ra to be someone who can also farm out of control and pull later on. And Virtus.pro managed to creep in a Dazzle here, Claire, and you know it's a very good, scary start here. I mean, you're talking about Spiderling heal bombs now, a possibility.
Oh yeah, those are always nice to see. Very
scary. And yeah, they have a great Roche lineup now, both between Dazzle and Bane. They are medallion candidates, and this is looking pretty nice for Virtus.pro here. Is there a way maybe they could take advantage of the fact that they've already made the commitment to the Dazzle and Bane? Maybe they're not known to be too aggressive at the start. Yeah, they'll probably hang around the mid lane and have an advantage there a bit, but you know, we know where Broodmother is going to be. Maybe there's a way that Na'Vi can use this to their benefit and roll something a bit different. I don't know, like a bounty hunter, anything to just kind of take advantage of what Virtus.pro have shown so far.
More than taking advantage, I think they might be forced into something like a gyrocopter. And one of the reasons why I say that is because I feel like VP really want that hero this game.
Oh man,
it's very good against Darkseer, not only with Dazzle against Darkseer as well, but if they get in a dual lane scenario where they want to put the Dazzle with the Broodmother, and VP have done this, where FNG just goes on the Dazzle with the Broodmother in lane and try to get this heal bomb going from minute 1, then it's just a standalone support that can, standalone carry that can do relatively well against Darkseer, especially with the Bane's help anyway, and still farm up quite nicely. And of course, it's always very potent against Undying. You can hit the Tombstone and still hit all the zombies. So it might be that they need some sort of a deny pick, and no, they're just gonna offer the Wind Ranger instead. Another again, probably a Dendi hero, something that he's played quite well last game, but I feel like he was just too ambitious with his rotations. And we'll see if he gets caught out for it this time, because they do have a stronger team fight lineup with a lot more presence this time around.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to blame the guy. Dendi, one of the most renowned mid lane players in the history of Dota, but that was back when it was, the flashy kind of, mid laners and typically one-on-ones. Now it's these mid lane cores, and it's always a dual lane. It's always a freaking 2-on-2, and Dendi's like, I don't like this. This is not how I like to play. And hey, man, you made the call. If now you're not gonna grab up the gyrocopter, virtus.pro are like, thank you very much. This is looking like a scary VP draft. Very comfortable for them. Silent, as we know, he may be new to the roster, but he is not new to this hero, man. So he's just gonna do what he does.
I really think this game really caters to that gyrocopter pick. Both drafts cater to that gyrocopter pick. And I know Wind Ranger particularly doesn't care too much about gyro, because obviously the way she plays is the same against every other hero. Blink, Shackle, Aghanim's Focus Fire equals dead most of the time. But this time you're going up not only against Dazzle, who can grave the target, or you can sleep the target or disrupt the Windrunner with Fiend's Grip and whatnot. But gyro also has Rocket Barrage, which forces Windrunners to always stay out of range. And with Blink, sometimes it's not that easy. And gyro is also a very fast hero. So I think, as you said, man, like both teams are kind of going for comfort heroes, but I feel like VP's more experienced with their line of comfort heroes than Na'Vi are with theirs. So in that sense, they pick up the Lina now. It looks like it's their support. I'm guessing it's gonna be Soneko's hero, and I kind of doubt it already, to be honest. I thought that they needed something like a silencer to deal with Dazzle as well as Bane, but it's hard to run it into a Broodmother, so I can understand that they want some AOE. But it's still a very squishy intel hero with slow movement speed, susceptible to dying, very easily to nukes and right clicks. So I don't know. There's no setup stun for the Lina either.
Yeah, I'm curious if it's going to be part of some sort of aggro plan they want to do, where they would probably love to get the hopeful matchup of putting Darkseer against the Brood, maybe in a one-on-one bottom lane, and then they could just put a try together at the top with the Undying Lina and, well, I suppose the Wind Ranger at that point. I'm very curious to see how Na'Vi are going to be plotting this one out. Maybe they have something up their sleeve. They might need something up their sleeve to throw virtus.pro off their game, because they're already going to be in their comfort zone with this draft. Now, all they need is some way to stop this possible Shadow Fiend mid laner. I love the ban on the Viper from Na'Vi. I thought that would have been a very nice option for G here. But now, without being able to reach back for the Queen of Pain, do we get the Precious G Invoker maybe? What other options are there for him to go against this, Mr. Fiend in the mid lane, if it is going to be him?
I think, well, Queen of Pain is banned, but even if the option was there, I don't think VP would have opted for that, just because of how squishy Quap can be against the lineup like what Na'Vi have. Invoker is definitely a possibility. I'd actually feel that Invoker, like a Quas Vex Invoker, complements VP's lineup really, really well, since it might seem like they kind of lack damage because it's all on the Gyrocopter, but their lane setup is good enough that they can get their initial farm up. And you know what? There you go.
I love it. I love it. G Invoker coming out here. It's not in his really common cards as far as mid laners go, but he has had to pull it out in a time of need. And I remember back at Nanyang, the first time I got to see him do it in a while, I was very, very impressed. So, based on draft alone, it's hard for me to not just right away favor virtus.pro. They pull out the early crafty Broodmother. It forces Na'Vi to reply a bit with it. They get Darkseer. I can't help but question whether the synergy and the big words like composition are going to be all working out for them. It seems like, and initially they wanted to have a come together, push down objective lineup, but maybe now it's more emphasis just on having a strong start in the laning phase. Depending on how they do lane it up, our style is already on the Undying here, so something is going to be a bit interesting here. I'm just curious to see what it is, and if virtus.pro are going to be ready to make changes if necessary.
I think the shift towards that focus in the early game and just doing well in the lanes is definitely the right approach here. Again, VP's lineup though, it's really, really hard to push into the mid game, especially if G gets a good start. His Wex Quas Invoker is going to be likely top 3 net worth throughout the entire game, and that's going to be hard for Na'Vi to push into again. The Empower potential and the EMP potential with the Tornado, it's so scary on heroes like Undying and Darkseer. We're so reliant on that mana pool.
Oh yeah, even Soniko, little support Soniko, he gets hit by that, and next thing you know, your Lina's not going to be able to offer her Laguna at all, or much of her combo to
I would say
with.
every hero on Na'Vi actually is pretty weak to an Invoker with Wex Quas, except Shadow Fiend.
Yeah. And the Invoker just kind of fills that spot nicely where he's even range. He's got quick attack speed if necessary to bring down something like a Tombstone. I mean, it's hard to fault Virtus.pro in the draft they have so far, but maybe the Spirit of Na'Vi will be strong enough to carry them into a victory here because they will need it. It's game number 2 now of Na'Vi going against Virtus.pro. Virtus.pro take this series 2-0. They have secured their spot going to the LAN final in Belarus, and Na'Vi will have to work their way through a last chance 4-team bracket, which I don't think any of these teams want to have to do. So Na'Vi will need to get a win here and next if they want to be able to get the straight invite to the LAN. So as things begin already, we got to find out which team might have the better level 1, and it looks like they both feel pretty confident here. Split up is going to be Virtus.pro, and they may need to pull off, and it looks like they will. This will secure Dendi the top rune. Bottom one is going to be snagged up from DK Phobos. Almost was a 2-rune grab there from Na'Vi, but the Brood was able to kind of pick it up for himself.
Yeah. Of course, he did take a lot of collateral damage for it. His life points went down, but he'll be able to regen up quite decently with the spin webs coming out here. And he's actually picked up the Ring of Regen right away because of the bounty rune, so how nice is that?
Very, very nice. Well, they got the lane matchup they're asking for. You know, they put Darkseer in the bottom lane as expected, or at least as they expected. It is going to be Broodmother as his opponent, and they'll be able to kind of have a strong start, but it looks like they are even going to rotate over that early heal bomb here. Lil has been flirting, and, you know, Akmo could get caught out very quickly. It's going to be a slow start for Phobos, though. He needs to get to that level 3 before he can feel a bit more comfortable, and obviously if you get that soul ring, things become a lot easier. But Akmo needs to be careful as well. Now he sees that Lil is going to be nearby, and things might not be as easy as he expected.
Akmo's actually pretty okay for at least until Broodmother's level 3, I think. The Spiderlings don't really put pressure on Darkseer, especially against the Iron Shell, and of course we have this problem where if you can't heal bomb the Darkseer to drop half his life points right away, then you're probably going to just die to the shell. So they really have to be wary on both sides here. In the meantime, the dual lane at mid still coming in strong.
Yeah, it's so much that, you know, already Na'Vi have recognized that Silence alone top lane. They tried their best to bully him back with the Undying here, because this, I mean, this is like I say, like if you look at Na'Vi's side, if this was a pub and I didn't know who they were, I thought they were mid laners fighting over the mid lane. Like it was just,
yeah.
It's like no one wants to give
like
up their dignity to just step off and not hand the lane over. But it's so Nico trying his best using that crazy long range of Lina, poking him back. And obviously we know Bane is one of the best mid lane contenders as it stands. So Dendi going to get cold snapped a bit here on the way back, and looking to intercept FNG. Not going to get close enough for a Nightmare or any sort of sap damage. So they continue to go back and forth, and so Nico will do the job making the stacks here on the side for your Shadow Fiend. Nothing too surprising about that. But
that was actually really close. If the cold snap instance procced once more on Dendi, he would have been frozen there for like half a second. Would have allowed FNG to sleep him for 80 more damage, coming out. It's pure damage, by the way, on Nightmare, and then probably finish him off. But, you know, the situation holds that it doesn't happen that way.
And we still will wait for our first blood, but geez, 7-0 CS now. Dendi's still strong and out in front at 10-3 here. We'll eat another cold snap, just a little bit of trading back and forth. They are going to be forced to split the XP. Dendi very low here. FNG wanted to creep in. They changed targets here. Sidestep of the raise. Dendi is salving up, and it looks like Sonika will be able to get off the LSA. But it is just getting very hot here in the mid lane. Both teams, you know, looking to get any sort of solo XP. They want to ensure that they get the most CS as possible. But there's a problem brewing here, possibly in the bottom lane, though. Clairvoyance. Axmo is starting to get taken advantage of ever since Dazzle showed up. He's now stuck at 3 CS. Brood is 16-6, and is just, look at this, sitting behind the tower. The disrespect. He's taking over this lane.
When Broodmother hits 3, this is what you can expect, especially with a Dazzle being around the area. You cut the creep wave, and if Dazzle's here, of course, because of the heal bomb potential, the Darkseer can just die. He can't actually show these creeps either, because the Broodmother will kill him so fast that he's like 20 spiders or something like that.
And I don't remember.
Oh, but he showed one of the Broodlings. That's a nice move.
Oh, yeah, that's when you have to test the player's micro, and he's like, I gotta get
there
that
you
point
go.
out of there. I know Phobos doesn't like it. It's like, yeah, he's a pretty good micro player, but you don't want to have to be tested every time. So Axmo just trying to be cheeky. I don't remember. I'm sure he started off this laning stage with the help of a Sentry Ward, I'd imagine. But I guess with Lil being around, he probably got the Sentry Ward down. And poor Darkseer now is just kind of stuck in the dark. And this is where Soniko may have to come into play. He doesn't personally hold a Sentry himself, though, so there might not be any problems here for DK Phobos in the near future. In fact, it's good enough that Dazzle's already going to be rotating out and heading towards the top lane. Silent needs that extra bit of help. He goes down. It's a nice catch there for Artstyle. Undying is able to charge in with the help of Ditya, and they're able to get the grab, and they might get another here. Another power shot to fly through. This time Lil still holds the grave, and looks like we'll be fine.
Yeah, it was somewhat of a close call, it seemed like, for a moment there. I think Artstyle, if he decided to not back so far out, he might have been able to right-click Dazzle and force out a grave or something. But now Ditya, he might be in trouble.
FNG comes in from behind. He has the DD, so he wants to soften him up a bit. But, oh, the juking and jiving from Ditya. He hides himself within the brief bit of fog and will not be put to sleep here from FNG. Nice little moves right there.
Wow, I think FNG actually screwed that up a bit. He definitely should have anticipated. If he walked any way towards the right side, he would have gotten fogged. And sure enough, he actually walked towards the right side there. So it was a slight mistake, but again, Ditya did recognize the situation and play that the best he could.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you want to try to be as efficient as possible. It's like, if I can get maybe 2 right clicks with his DD, it will secure the kill for sure. But because he took the time to get those auto attacks off, and as you said, wasn't in a great position, the opportunity will leave. And we will still see action top lane. They're making a move here. Backup's going to be coming from both sides, though, as they make their advancement onto Silent. Lil shows up. And who's coming in from behind? It's going to be Artstyle now. Starts dishing out those flesh stacks. Meanwhile, Soniko is going to be going down, but we'll keep action here as Artstyle starting to get a lot of damage from the rocket barrage, looking to make it away. And it looks like he will be able to make it out safe and sound here. But on the up and above, yeah, Soniko is going to be the one casualty here for Na'Vi.
And in the meantime, DK Phobos actually gets another solo kill on Axmo. He's going in again. Axmo is going to have to surge out of this one. He is putting on so much pressure against the Darkseer just with a little bit of Dazzle help early on.
This is a big problem. 34 and 6. And Darkseer at 15, you know, maybe has had the benefit of a couple extra Spiderling kills, but that is not enough here. This Broodling, it looks like he's going right for an Orchid, the double Sobi mask, if you will, there, Claire. But, you know, I don't know. And now a tower. Na'Vi are just like, we don't want to have to deal with this lane right now. They're trying to treat it like people used to treat techies. It's just like, just avoid it. The problem may go away in itself, but I don't know if you could do that with a Broodling all the time.
No, the problem grows, man.
Yeah.
Oh, are these gonna... Oh, that was still a nice kill. Yeah, he got some spiders out of it. I was thinking maybe Dendi would raise faster, and then that would have been a huge load of gold going to him, but unfortunately not.
Been a little bit of a struggle for Silent this game. He's 1-1, did drop that first blood, but he's back now. He has FNG by his side here. Nice stacks to work through, and Ditya does have to play this one a bit cautiously on that side. And uh-oh, mid lane, they're making a move for G. A Tombstone committed for it. Lil quickly gets the turnaround here, an early cold snap, and now they're going to get an extra bit of gold. Oh, Soul Rip not coming in time. I don't think it would have mattered nonetheless, as they're going to secure themselves an extra 100 gold. So that's a Na'Vi attempted gank, and all that came out of it was Virtus.pro getting an extra 100 gold.
Yep. Unfortunately for Na'Vi, of course, I think Artstyle did use his TP there as well, and in the meantime, Ditya, I think he's going to get run down. Yeah, this is the problem. Even with win range, win run and all these things, you can't really survive the tools coming out of the gyrocopter and the rocket barrage. It's too much damage.
Oh, Dendi! Okay. At that same moment, mid lane, you know, a tornado attempted EMP, but Dendi sidestepped the other direction, was able to get the turnaround, a nice raise connected, and G was not able to survive. A nice turnaround for them, a needed one, but still. Every time I help myself to this bottom lane, I just can't help but feel a bit icky. It's still Broodmother, still a problem. Already has an Oblivion staff, almost has the second one complete. The jungle is now hers. Na'Vi need a serious exterminator here. Oh, they're looking to sweep in. Oh, the heal!
Oh my
Ow,
gosh,
the heal!
that's
Oh, Dendi's dead. Oh my god. The Spire's a problem.
Yeah, that's not fair, man. That is not fair.
Oh, and right at that moment we catch just the end right there. Silence able to make the move onto Artstyle, and the Undying goes down. Uh-oh. Na'Vi pulling everything together here at the top lane. And look at that! A snipe kill right there for Soniko. Connects with the Dragon Slave, and at least they'll get Silent down. Silent missed just around that 1 second too long, and Na'Vi able to get a small punish there, but I don't know. This is looking like another tough test for Na'Vi even in game 2.
Oh, looks like the port is coming in from Dendi at mid here.
EMP, Dendi's able to sidestep it. Nice, two-man connection, but they did get the tornado off. Laguna's going to go out, but quickly canceled out with the wave. They put Dendi to sleep, so he's not off. He's not there to offer any sort of assistance. And both teams will kind of just go back to a bit of a stalemate here. So It's very, very touch and go here. Both teams really getting hot and heavy. I think Na'Vi almost getting, I want to say, more aggressive than they should be, or should they be this aggressive, Claire, at this point in time? And where should their attention be? I mean, you want to initially say that maybe they should put some attention towards this bottom lane, but do they really have a say in the matter at all? And,
honestly, I think most of their attention should be at top right now. Just let bottom go. Let Darkseer iron shot the best he can. And speaking of bottom, FNG caught way out in nowhere's land.
I guess trying to do one of those very deep wards that proved out so well in game 1. This time, I mean, they have a ward down right here, so he gets one down, but obviously he will lose his own life. Looks like he got a sentry down on the high ground. I don't think that blocks the camp, right? I'm not sure, but we'll see. In the meantime, though, Na'Vi are able to get themselves another kill, but the Broodmother now has an Orchid. Anyone coming bottom lane?
Oh, and G's coming in here. Arstyle is so dead.
Yep. They sweep in. They get the quick undying kill. They want more. They want to get a hold of Ditya, and G connects with a tornado. Looks to body block him from the front. Sets up Silent with a good rocket barrage here. Dendi shows up, and FNG puts him right to sleep. Now, they don't want to make a go between the three of them on Dendi. They don't have enough ready yet. They don't want to get caught out with any bad raises, but still, big fight for Virtus.pro. Still DK Phobos doing work here on the bottom lane all the meanwhile.
Bottom tower
oh, Dendi, walking into the woods here is not the right idea.
He should know there were still 3 members over there. Nicely timed with the sleep and then the EMP. Arstyle is going to be forced to show up as the paramedic here. Gets a nice heal off. Going for Tornado Snipe. Not going to be able to connect onto Dendi. He is hit with the urn, and he is barely alive, but he will stay alive as he whimpers his way all the way back to the base here. Na'Vi still hold this top lane. This is all space, of course, for that DK Phobos Broodmother now in the bottom lane. I mean, how many TPs did they bring to the top lane, and do they have anyone to assist bottom now? I mean, I think DK Phobos might just be able to take this over. Well, Soniko's around, but he can't get close. He'll
if
die.
not already, of course.
Oh, man.
If not already. He's already got the Orchids. Now he's pressuring the tower, and of course, poor little Soniko. I think he recognizes that Phobos has the Orchid, so he probably can't walk up. In the meantime, top lane again.
Yep, they're just bull rushing forward. They get that first takedown of Arstyle here. Soniko gets in time for the Laguna, gets put to sleep, and the Grave comes out to keep Silent alive. That tower almost takes him down, but they get him. The power shot connection from Ditya Ra is going to be enough to drop Silent. And now Dendi rushing forward, tries to dish off the raises, but Virtus.pro are able to make themselves out. But Clairvoyance, look at the bottom lane. Look at the spider. She's in the freaking base. She's attacking tier 3. Get there, Na'Vi.
She's hitting tier 3s already, man. And, nobody in sight.
You gotta be freaking kidding me here. Stumbling up, and it's just all right. The damage is getting done. This tier 3 is almost down to half of its life. That's gotta be so disheartening right now for Na'Vi.
What can I say? Tier 3 is getting hit. In the meantime, tier 1s at mid haven't even gone down, or nor at top. So, oh, solo kill maybe.
He's gonna step back. Doesn't know, and, you know, wagers that maybe TPs are coming in, which he is correct about. Look at this, Phobos has stepped away from Mother's home on the bottom lane, peeks in mid lane and says, I don't like it. Heads all the way back to the bottom. Ooh, where Axmo is, which he's been, I mean, poor Axmo here on the Darkseer. I mean, because of the struggle that's happened there in the bottom lane, he has really been a non-factor this game. I was going to say I haven't seen a vacuum wall, but that's because he doesn't have wall yet. Clairvoyance, he hasn't been able to level it up. He's still trying to get the catch-up levels on the vacuum first, but he needs more time, and there's just not going to be the time for him. I mean, I guess by the time he has it, he's going to need it because high ground defense is going to be in order here for Na'Vi.
Well, he's struggling this game for sure. And I just wanted to go back to what happened at mid with G using his combo with the Tornado as well as the EMP. He didn't commit the urn. He didn't invoke up the Quas with the Cold Snap. I think VP actually recognized that Na'Vi, they like to TP react a lot. And I'm going to go so far to say that they're doing some of these things to specifically bait it out.
Yeah.
If that's the case, this is a really, really brilliant strategic move because not only do they lose nothing but like a little bit of mana and sometimes HP depending, but they force a whole bunch of TPs and have all of these heroes on Na'Vi that can't react, and now they just got double cycloned up.
And they might be in a bit of a pad position here. EMP, I love that they're able to just easily sidestep. They're going to force Na'Vi away from their precious tombstone, and they're just so disoriented. They're going to have to just move back as a group. And you're right. I mean, it just seems like Virtus.pro are easily able to dictate where the fight's going to be, and at their will. They'll just pinch and poke here, play with the bear a bit of Na'Vi, and they know that he'll react and put themselves all into one fight, and next thing you know, you got a spider creeping into your base, and they go, take advantage of that. They're going to come in elsewhere and get a pick off on a lone support. And for Na'Vi, they need to try to find themselves 2 steps ahead of that, but I don't foresee it happening soon. What is the follow-up here for Na'Vi to come back into this one? Dendi has a Sange, so he's kind of at least got more health to survive, but no damage is really going to be coming out from their team. Look at Dityara. Still has just boots, bottle, and a wand. I mean, he's holding a 2K of gold, but
I think he's going to go for Blink and just try to play this 2-3 position, Blink, Shackle, winner type of thing. But is it enough at bottom lane?
Yeah, they just throw out a long ball tornado, get the catch, and Darkseer has no chance at all. He's down. He does have a buyback here. Dendi going to be caught with a Fiend's Grip. EMP is already going to be on the mark. Dendi is going to be taken out of the fight. Laguna, though, on the FNG. Gets alive with the help of the Brain Sap. They're able to step forward and raise down G at this point. And virtus.pro are like, okay, maybe we can't do this fight without all of our team. They try to go in as like a 3-man hit squad. They end up taking down 2, though, so it's a worthy mission, I suppose. But without having the Dazzle around him, of course, without having Silent's Gyrocopter, the fight isn't as easy as they'd hoped for.
Yeah, Silent was like the stacking / farming agents in the meantime, and a little bit miscoordination coming out of VP. Of course, they dove pretty deep for that kill, but they knew they could get it with the Orchid, so at least they committed for it and got
nice
the
quick
better.
cancel. Dendi, he needs more. He's not going to get it. He's going to go down. Phobos comes out and just ruins his day. Dendi is out 40 seconds, no buyback. virtus.pro might be able to just kind of press themselves into this bottom lane. It looks like they're just doing with all lanes. I didn't even notice, but they have not even really touched top tier 1. Silent's finally doing work on it now, but it just has not been necessary to this point. Silent just been farming up that top lane in jungle, and we know what DK Foes has been doing on the other part of the map. Really, Na'Vi just kind of getting spread thin at this point.
It's just a really tough situation, especially for Axmo here. It's just gonna keep trying to shell out the wave, but it's not enough. DK Phobos does not only too much damage, but he has the 300 damage execute on the spawn spiderlings, and there you go. Just keeps doing the same thing, rinse, lather, repeat at bottom lane, and they're just holding 100% map control here. I think they always need Dendi and Axmo bottom here just to deal with the spider push. And of course they'll lose out on the other parts of the map because they're investing 2 cores to deal with a Broodmother, overfarm Broodmother, but I'm not sure if they have alternatives at this point.
Phobos does eat a raise on the way over. Notices that
there's a
Dendi
sentry
kind of
there
looks
too,
at him. Yeah, and it's like those little reads just give so much bits of information. As DK Phobos rushes by and sees that Dendi's trying to turn towards him with an auto attack, it's like, okay, there's a sentry up there. Lesson learned. I'm not going to go there again. I'm going to pass that info along to FNG/Lil, and they'll be able to take care of it. And all the meanwhile, they obviously have, thanks to someone like DK Phobos, space has been put out so that they can easily get at this Roche. Silent now has his Aegis, and as soon as he's able to finish out what looks like, does he have the full thing? Well, he has the Yasha, it looks like. BKB's also on the way. I think that's all VP could really ask for at this point, and they might be able to close this game out sooner than later.
Look at Dityara. Look at his inventory.
Let's see, what's this guy got? That's a Shadow Blade. Okay.
Yep, and that's a gem as well.
You don't see that every day.
This is their comeback. Yeah. They're putting all their marbles on this guy. If he can find the Broodmother, they get a huge kill and then finally able to push out the lanes. Even then, they're still going up against the Aegis Gyrocopter, sure. But without taking the fight, they need some map control, and they need to kill the Broodmother.
Wind Ranger Extermination Service. This is the test for it. They see each other. He's going for the Shackle, and they're going to get it here, possibly. Oh, Laguna. And the power shot's going to be enough. So, hey, Shadowblade Gem gets him a little bit of loving right there. 781 bounty gold from that. Plus, I'm sure, just some additional net worth for being so far behind. And it looks like just that kill is nearly a 2K gold swing.
Exactly. So that's, again, was pretty much the setup for their comeback mechanic. They're finally able to walk out the lanes a little bit, and they're going to try to... No, this TP at top would have been absolutely asinine, I think.
It was so Nico, too. I'm like, dude, are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah. He would just melt to the rocket barrage, literally.
Na'Vi may be in trouble mid lane here. What a tornado!
Oh, dear,
that was a nice catch. EMP with the Fiend's Grip. He's going down, and that gem is going down with him. And FNG is like, thank you very much. I'll take that. And they're not going to be able to get this tier 1 mid lane. Man, what a tornado. He just predicted that easy movement out.
Yeah, that was definitely a nice catching tornado there, but honestly, I'm surprised that they went for that in the first place. They should realize against the Aegis and the fact that they lost tier 1 top just now, they don't have vision. They don't know where all the heroes of VP are. They can't go for any aggressive moves, even with the Broodmother being down. And I guess with Brood being down, they think that it's like their best chance kind of thing, but no, they don't have too many options right now. They just have to wait until they see some of the long-range playmakers like the Invoker and Bane, and might even have to wait for the Broodmother to come back and expose herself so they can get another kill on her or something. So going for that tier 1 is absolutely a no-no right now. And Soneko, he might die as well.
Just runs in there. G has no respect right now for that Lina and just shows up and just starts to put a world of hurt onto her. Not enough to take her down, obviously, but does force out a mech, force out some cautious play here, including a tombstone from Na'Vi. virtus.pro just happy to continue to do those kind of things. They just mess with Na'Vi a bit and force him to do stuff to their advantage. And now they can just kind of stall out a bit and then move on forward. Without a gem, I mean, they're really going to be in the dark at this point. I mean, we look over the vision now. Na'Vi don't have much of it. Just a little bit of breathing room at this top lane where a tier 2 still stands. But outside of that, things are going to continue to get a bit more grim. Phobos, man, is still king of net worth. What a showing from him on this Broodmother. That is the definition of a Broodmother game if I ever saw one. Just took over the whole bottom part, got that early creep in of a tier 2 tower, and is now just a serious problem here. And with that, virtus.pro, looks like they're going to get an easy tier 2 tower. Navi's still pushing in. They want to get their second tower of the game, and they will get it in the top tier 1. And just simply farm what they can on these cores until it's absolutely necessary to come back and defend, which will probably be in the next minute, if not now.
Yep, and VP, yeah, is just beeline down towards bottom because they know they did a lot of damage. Shackle goes out, but nothing latches.
Tornado EMP, only connecting on the art style. EP will be off the mark. virtus.pro will step back and reposition, waiting for the next creep wave here, and then probably give it another college try. I mean, Silence still is sporting this Aegis here, but it looks like he's going to step off and finish out a BKB. You know, it's essential. He has the reliable Yasha for now, but it looks like if they can farm it fast, they might be able to still have the Aegis and utilize that.
Yeah, I think at the very least, he definitely wants to finish his BKB. Aegis will probably expire. I mean, it's probably got like another 30, 40 seconds left. And even then, with the BKB, they can still probably push. I think right now for him, BKB probably gives him more, I don't want to say more life, but it's probably just better for him than 2 lives. The BKB would probably give him something like the efficiency value of like 3 or 4 lives or something at this point.
Oh yeah. It's pretty heavy magic damage kind of a lineup coming out from Na'Vi too, so we'll put him in a great position here. Na'Vi, with what little room they got, they're going to try their best to hold it here. Early sentries even coming out for Soneko as they migrate as a team here. Pretty much the whole team with the exception of their Darkseer up to this top lane. They're on the prowl. They're looking to put that Ditya Shadowblade back to use once more. But what they don't know on the other side is going to be FNG and even G here. Ghost walked. He could. Oh, they're going to get it down. He could do a long ball tornado here and get a big catch at that choke point, but he's holding it. He's waiting to get the connection for now. They step back. They'll see Soneko. They'll take him down. Axmo's like, guys, I got the wall vacuum. It's a pretty good one. FNG could be in trouble here. He gets the grave help from Lil. And virtus.pro looking to step their way out from this. Now, all the meanwhile, by the way, Broodmother's going into the base, so that's a big problem. But Na'Vi continue to fight up at the top lane. They've already lost 2. And Denny's like, we got to get the hell back. Him and Axmo looking to step out. Can they cancel at least 1 TP? Yeah, oh my god. If he didn't stop an auto attack and insta tornado, it would have been a cancel on the Ditya, and that would have been death for him. But it's okay. Phobos steps in. He does some work. The tier 3 goes down. He forces the rest of Na'Vi back, and it's another solid trade there for virtus.pro.
And of course, Silence coming in from the side there, providing with some aerial assistance in case Phobos does need it. I actually feel like if Na'Vi went on Phobos there, he would have BKB'd and probably turned on them, and if Silent came in time, they would have wiped them too. So Na'Vi should be glad. They don't realize this, but they're probably very glad that they didn't get a bad engagement going on there for a second.
Yeah, things definitely could have been a lot worse for Na'Vi. G is now a man on a mission here with that gem. He's just tracking out any additional vision. He will now see the sentry on the low ground and does not want to press himself too close. Oh, swing and a miss on that tornado. Maybe was anticipating Ditya to step back, and he will guess wrong on that one, but still just kind of continuing to show Na'Vi that they are in the neighborhood, like sharks in the water pretty much, surrounding their base, and Na'Vi just kind of need to second guess where their commitments are going to have to go, and do not want to overstretch their boundaries here.
Yeah, in the meantime, I think VP does recognize this. They have a nice ward that was just placed, I believe, by FNG. Just another tier 2 top there, and Yeah, they're gonna be able to push this tower mostly for free, and if they get it, oh, there's a Navi smoke that just got revealed.
Oh no, they went to make a move in here for FNG. They're gonna run into a tornado, and now they're gonna get a big Fiend's Grip off FNG. Almost going down, but the Grave is gonna keep him alive. They're able to take down Soniko. They take down Ditya. Art Style to be next here. It looks like he's dropped 3 down from the side of Na'Vi. There is a buyback available for Ditya. It's gonna be an expensive one, but virtus.pro know what needs to be done at this point. They want to close the series out 2-0 and secure their spot to that land final, and it looks like they're going to be able to here. They start heading their way towards the bottom lane where the Rax is already exposed, and they begin going to work. There's that buyback from Ditya here. Axmo, he's got to land one hell of a vacuum wall. Then he's got to get one
Nice Iron Shell.
hell of a couple of raises. Doesn't have Requiem. Oh no. Then he loses his mana, gets cold snapped up, and he actually has to go heal up now. Not that shackle. Not happening. Oh man. Not looking good for Na'Vi. Looking great.
No,
for
not so
virtus.pro.
much. And of course, Silent's just gonna go back top and finish where he left off. Take care of that tier 2 tower, and I imagine VP are very wary of the Roshan respawn timer, which is about to begin. Once that happens, I think they'll take it slow for a bit. There's even a nice double damage waiting for them at top. Once they secure that, probably head themselves into the pit or in that general vicinity where they can just grab the Aegis and then possibly push for a base ending game.
Oh, for sure. It's just going to be a rinse and repeat what we saw before. They just have Phobos kind of mess with Na'Vi a bit in those side lanes and then take that opportunity to move in and take the Roche for themselves. So we'll see. They have all the time in the world as they wait back, but you know, better to play safe than sorry. You risk throwing this game away, then next thing you know, you're stuck in a game 3. Na'Vi pull out some crazy pocket strat, and now you are stuck working through the last chance bracket. But huge advantage still holds for virtus.pro, 15k or so plus. At that same moment, G gets a solo pick off here onto Ditya. So Nico was looking to come in and help out, but he finds himself now in trouble. Dishes out what he can, but it's not going to be nearly enough. And that may be it. I mean, Ditya is now out. No buyback. He had to, you know, spend it before. So this is 2 members of Na'Vi now out.
So I want to point out his build though. Oh, hold on. I thought DK Phobos gets a nice and easy kill on art style. Simple Orchid into right clicks. And yeah, this Invoker's got a Desolator. It's like a very pubby build. It's working this game, I guess. I mean, I feel like anything he bought after the Orchids this game would have been fine, but I guess the Desolator helps him get Roche as well and right-click buildings down faster.
Yeah. Can't help but feel like a little bit may be a bit of a confidence grab. Yeah, we're pretty far ahead. I can grab a Deso. Now he has an Aegis to go with it. And this could be it. The final defense for Na'Vi here. They'll have all 5. All cooldowns will be ready to go here without some sort of big hold. They will find themselves quickly in the last chance bracket. We'll see if they're going to be able to hold or not. I mean, what would be the sieging game plan here for virtus.pro? They don't need to really commit as 5. Is it spread everyone up? Have G kind of creep in from one side, have DK Phobos work on the other? It's probably the most efficient way for them to close it out.
They can take it slow and split, but it looks like Dendy's going to get caught out here, so...
Dendy making his own opportunities here for virtus.pro. He just steps in, gets poked down a bit. Fiend's Grip's going to hold him through the BKB. He's going to be able to get off the Requiem now, which does force down the Aegis from G. He turns back. He's making it go on Phobos. Phobos is going to be going down. He's out. Silent, though. Charges in. BKB is going to be able to get some kills here. That Flak Cannon goes to work, and he's got a triple just like that. Buyback's going to be forced out now from your Undying, and, well, the Rax start to go down here in the bottom lane. Dendy back for more, but not back to be able to stop them from taking Rax. virtus.pro now make the move towards the mid lane. This may be the beginning of the end. Na'Vi need to make another move. They're advancing on 4. No more wall, but a vacuum. Vacuum pulls him in. Dendy looking to step in, maybe get off a raise. It's not happening here. He gets thrown up into a bit of a tizzy. And now they run with a cold snap, with an urn, with a rocket barrage. He is out. Buyback is available. Will he use it? Man, he better. But I think they may know that this one is going to be over.
Looks like with the second Rax falling, they just don't have the tools to deal with this. I mean, Windrunner's going to spawn, and maybe Dendy will buy back and go for a last-ditch effort. We'll see.
virtus.pro step back as they see the TPs come in, and doesn't look like they're going to get a catch. Laguna on the G, but again, he will shrug that one off. It's still only that level 1 Laguna, even though she is level 11. I'm not too sure what that's about, but it's not going to be enough to do a lot of damage against virtus.pro here, so they're going to be back on defensive duty here, but that is 2 sets of racks down. virtus.pro now 1 racks away from Megas and assuring their spot at the LAN.
Yeah, and of course, a 20k gold lead and a 20k EXP lead plus to go on top of those racks is. And yeah, with the Laguna being level 1, of course, probably a misclick. He probably killed or saw somebody die in the area of the fight and just killed something immediately. But yeah, then he respawns now, still has the 1k gold because he didn't buy back. They didn't go for a last-ditch effort. I really thought they would. But it looks like they just want to hold out for the time being. And maybe it's experience. I don't know. Maybe they just want to build up some experience for themselves going into a pretty much dead possibility, no outs game. But we'll see. He's walking out now, and I think he's actually going to just die.
I mean, they smoke out mid while Dendy goes top in hopes that maybe they could draw attention towards him. And, well, in passing, they are going to catch up with G. Dendy starts getting fought here from Phobos. It's going to be forced to pop the BKB. Runs in, Requiem out, but it's not very effective. Na'Vi lose 2, make it 3 with Dityaran now dropping. And, well, before they can get an essential team wipe here, which they are about to grab right there and now, it's going to be game. Na'Vi go down. 0-2. virtus.pro, big series for them. They look damn good, and they have just secured themselves that 2nd place finish and a spot to go to the LAN final in Belarus.
Yeah, the LAN final in Belarus, and as you mentioned, man, you know, this roster right now, I don't know if it's the bringing in of a new, fresh, young blood type of thing, or I mean, Silent is not exactly young blood, but new person, a new guy into the team, and they look very comfortable so far.
It's definitely working out nicely. I mean, obviously respect towards Illidan. He has been a veteran of a carry and very, very good, but maybe just where the meta has been going, or maybe the play style of virtus.pro has been shifting a bit. They found Silent to fill the void in the meantime, and when heroes like Gyrocopter are still a big deal, Silent's going to do those heroes proud. 12-3 and 8 performance for him, a strong showing altogether. But that's not going to close out the Dota for today. We have another series coming up. It's going to be Team Secret going against the CIS Rejects. It's another battle between 2nd, 3rd, and even 4th place, and we'll find out what team's going to secure the spot at that LAN final and what other team is going to have to go through the last chance bracket. And yeah, for Na'Vi fans, don't worry. Na'Vi do still have another chance to compete. They're just going to have to now do it through the 14 bracket below. So with that said, we'll cut to a break before we hop into the next series. I'm KotLGuy. That's Clairvoyance. We'll see you very soon.